Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we've got the Elite Series 104 Bron Breaker, and of course, didn't think I'd get this lucky. My first Bron Breaker I attempted to get was the Chase Bron Breaker. So if you hope to see a figure comparison later on in the video with his pink gear, sorry not sorry, we do not have that at the moment. I do want to maybe invest in getting the pink gear here at some point, but until then, meh, it's whatever. At least I'm happy I can say I have a Bron Breaker in the collection. I can debut this man at some point in the pick fed if I want to, or just do whatever I realistically think would be cool, even if it means I just display him up on my shelf. Which, since last time I showed it off, I have added a little bit more figures up there, but not many. Anyway, with that being said, why don't I shut the hell up and let's get this Bron Breaker out of his plastic prison now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got the accessories all laid out and ready to be looked at for the most part, if I could pick them up, Bron Breaker comes with a set of fisted hands, or fist hands, whatever you would like to call them. Can I get it in focus? There we go. Pretty nice white paint job on each set of hands, as he also comes with a set of mic holding hands, or weapon holding hands, or grappling hands, whatever you would like to call those. And then we also have the NXT 2.0 version of the championship. I can't seem to hold shish today, but it's definitely got a really nice design. Let me try to move my fat ass head out of the way of the light so then maybe you guys can see it a bit better. It's got a little bit of blue on the side plates, a little bit of blue and orange in the middle behind the gigantic X. I also love how the X is actually textured, that texture. What is that supposed to be, like a bunch of jewels and stuff like that? I don't know. It's actually a really neat accessory, and now I want to say I actually own a NXT championship, something I didn't have before. So that's also a pretty neat thing to think about. But with that being said, let's take a nice little look into this Bron Breaker real quick. I know he doesn't have his hands, but I'll set that up here in a few moments. This Bron Breaker head sculpt, man, that is actually a really neat head sculpt. I like how it kind of fades out a little bit in the back. The fade creeps up to the top of the back of his head, and I don't know exactly how to explain that. I'm not a big hair enthusiast. And even his goatee also looks pretty damn good. Got a couple of grays up in there. I didn't think he was that old, but if he is, I don't know, because his picture right there, oh, he does look like he has a little bit of grays maybe, unless that's just the lighting. I couldn't tell you. And then taking a good look at the attire itself, I want to say this is a throwback to one of the Steiner brother attires. Got some nice purples, some nice yellows, some nice a very nice vibrant green. Got a little bit of red. It's actually a really cool looking attire. And then his knee pads also have some of the same designs that his singlet does, along with the, what is it? Oh, does it say Breaker down the side of both of his boots? I didn't know exactly what it said. I didn't take a good look at it just yet. I knew it said something though, because I saw it while I was looking at it, and my dad came in for a quick moment. So anyway, with that being said though, why don't I throw some hands up in there, and then we can kind of get into some articulation maybe. Then after that, we could kind of get them all posed up, and we can kind of talk about our final thoughts. Oh, before I say anything else, though, let's check out that one little tattoo that he does have. It reminds me a lot of a Goldberg tattoo. If I recall correctly, I want to say Bron Breakker did say that he was a pretty big Goldberg fan growing up, so that would make a lot of sense, but don't quote me there on that. But now with that being said, let's actually get some hands up in there and get this review, I guess you could say, kicking off to the next gear. Alright, now that we're getting into some of the articulation, the head scan can look up about that high. It can look down pretty low as well. Of course, the head scan itself can go 360. Same thing with the shoulders. They can rotate 360. There's a little bit of a shoulder bend in there. Sorry, I'm a little tired, I guess you can say. He's got upper arm swivel, double joints in the elbow. He's got wrist swivel and wrist articulation. Pretty stiff articulation too at that. He's got a pretty good ab crunch. Doesn't look, can't bend back too far, but can look up pretty, can look down pretty standard with the ab crunch. He's got upper waist movement. He can kick out about that far, which not really great, but I don't think he's a big boot guy really anyway. He's got upper thigh swivel, as you can see there. Double bend in the knee. He's of course got upper boot rotation, a little bit of an ankle pivot, and he does have an ankle bend, but I'm not gonna force it here on camera. And with that being said, let's prop this box back up. Let's try to get the championship on his shoulder, maybe, if I can. Can I get this done on camera? Can I get it done? Can I get her done? It wants to push the shove, but I can't get it to, there we go. Boom. Beautiful championship. I really do like the way that looks. At first I thought it was a little weird, but honestly, having one in hand, it does look pretty good. Now, what are my final thoughts on this figure? So, for it being the chase, I don't know if I like this figure being the chase more, or if I like the pink gear being the chase more. Of course, obviously it wasn't up to me, as we have the chase in hand and not the pink gear. But personally, overall, either or, both gears are really damn cool. I want to say they're both supposed to be throwbacks to Steiner Brother attires. So with that in mind, these are supposed to look like retro and stuff of that nature. Are they my favorite attires for Bron Breakker? Maybe not the most, favorite, but I do really dig the paint gear. I do want to get that as soon as I possibly can. And honestly, with that being said, I can't really say I'm complaining on accessories either, with the fact that he doesn't really have a whole lot when it comes to entrance. He doesn't come out with an entrance jacket. The hands, he doesn't really do a whole lot of hand gestures. He just comes in, beats your ass, walks out. That's the end of the day. That's the end goal. Of course, he does have good matches. I wouldn't have picked up his figure if I didn't think he could at least put on a couple of good matches. And with that being said, what would I rate this figure? Well, with it being the chase, so it's already going to be harder to find. With it being first time in the Elite line, I don't think this is a first time in the line figure in general, as he does have a basic figure that I saw on the shelves the other day. I think that was his first figure release. But with his very first Elite. Getting 2 of them in one, that's really cool. So you have 2 options to try to hunt down if you only want one or the other. And he's kind of a pretty basic guy on accessories, but the attires are both pretty colorful. This one I would definitely argue to be more colorful than the other, but what are you going to do there with a pink and black gear? Anyway, honestly, I think I'll give this a good solid 8.5 out of 10. I think that's good. 8.5 out of 10. Give him a good solid 4 out of 5 stars. Just to kind of break a little even on the star rating, you know? This figure's solid. It moves pretty well. The articulation is there. The price point was pretty damn good. I don't know what you guys might have paid for this, but I paid a total of $25 for him. And I got him and I got this man, both in the same package. Both of them were $25. So I paid a total of $50. That was also including shipping. That was also including taxes. All that. And I got 2 really good solid figures for the price of $50. I'd say that was pretty damn worth it, especially when the Bron Breaker alone, I've seen eBay listings anywhere from like $35 to $50. Same thing with the Gunther. So can't highly recommend enough to go check out Amazon right now, as that's where I picked these 2 up. And with that being said, you know, like the video if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, that's okay. It's not going to hurt my feelings either way. But if you did like the content you saw today and you would like to also see other action figure reviews and stuff of that nature, I have a playlist made for all of my action figure reviews I've done since I've started the channel. And on top of that, I also do a pick fed. Hopefully I can get back to working on that here soon. I only have 1 more figure that's in line to be reviewed, which, you know, I haven't mentioned yet. Every single one of them so far I've kind of put them all up in the right order except for 2. But that's okay, it didn't really matter, as nothing got spoiled with the 1 video, so that's all that matters to me. But anyways, I kind of rambled on a little too much about that. If you like pig-fed content, there's also a playlist for that too. And with that being said, if you would like, feel free to subscribe if I didn't say so already, because I rambled on a little too much. It's free, you know, you ain't gotta pay to subscribe, and it helps me out. We're currently sitting at 101 subscribers, so let's see how much higher on the subscriber spectrum we can get. And I think with that being said, if you guys also would like to, feel free to go follow my Instagram. You'll get a lot more updates about the channel on there compared to the community tab here on YouTube itself, so I would highly recommend doing so. But on that note, I think I am done. Have a great day, you guys, and we are out of here. Peace out, yo.